Dhiego, I know you had kind of a frustrating 2020 with cancellations and that sort of thing, and then you come back and you come up short. What's this time been like? Has it been frustrating? Has it been kind of a testing time for you?
No, not at all, man. That's the time I grew the most, Grew the most in this time off. It was definitely tough coming back, but we made it back, and now I feel like I got a rhythm, I had no rhythm in that Bilal fight, and he has a lot to do with that, It was all his fault. He was supposed to give me a little break, and he did nothing. It just kept pressuring me. So, I wasn't able to find any rhythm that fight. But right after the fight, man, I was like, oh, my God, this is what I needed. I felt amazing right after. I was like, man, I want to get it back ASAP. Like, I felt like I got my rhythm back, and we're here now, man. I'm excited. Only 4 months after, so that's just perfect timing to rest up, right back to training camp, and it worked out amazing. I feel amazing.
I was going to ask you, so that's no accident, 4 months. Did you press and say, like, dude, I got to get back in there?
Oh, absolutely. I told him right away, get me back in there ASAP, and, we got it.
Yep. So we talk about that, like some fighters say, oh, I don't believe in ring rust. Right? But do you think it's a real thing? Like, what is it? Can you explain, like, what the difference is when you haven't fought in so long?
Absolutely, man. It's real. It's definitely real. And, I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's got their own opinion. But I'm a real guy, man. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not true. Some guys try to hide their fear. It's like, no, I face my fears, So for me, it was real. And, it's just about the timing, the rhythm. Just being in there, it's like the timing, just to get that competition timing. You can train as much as you want, but until you're in there, it's that timing, it's real. It's like football, man. You play football, you have your scrimmages before, it's all that. Once it gets to the real game, you know who's going to play and you know who's got that timing. So I just didn't have any timing and rhythm, That's what it was. So, all good.
You're like the most positive guy I know. Like, do you have like one bad night after the loss, or like one bad day, or is it just right away like, oh well?
No, man. I try to be like Jesus every day of my life, man. That's my goal. Live like Jesus every day of my life and get better each day. But I'm like this always, man. I have my days. There's tough days. Of course, there's time that I have a bad day here and there, but. No, man, this is me. I'm like this everywhere. It's just, if you can bring positivity into this world, and that's the thing. Be more like Jesus every day. It's hard, but if you do it, you focus on that, you just grow. You just grow.
That's awesome, man. So you got the quick turnaround you wanted, and you get a name, right? Matt Brown. What happens when that's the matchup they give you? Does that excite you?
Absolutely, man. If that doesn't excite you, I don't know why you're in the sport, I hesitated right away just because he trained me at the Ultimate Fighter. He was one of Dillashaw's coaches, and I'm old school, man. If you help me, there's no way I'm going to fight you and all that. But a guy like Matt Brown, he would feel disrespected if I didn't take that, He's just like, really? Like, why are you being such a wimp? Like, take the fight, So that's what he brought, man. He's a guy he's so real like that, and he's so tough, man. Just that mentally tough guy. And I'm sure he would feel disrespected if I didn't take it. So I was like, yeah, I have to. And it's just excitement, man, just to fight a guy like Matt Brown. He's going to bring it. I don't back down from a fight. So, and it's perfect for me, man. He's the guy that can back you up and really hurt you. And this is where I had trouble before in fights. So, this is, for me, like it's a fight within myself. It's like, you going to let that happen or what? So it's great. It's grown me in this camp, and, it's going to show in the cage.
So getting ready for a guy like Matt Brown, do you have to have a different mentality at all? I mean, everybody you face is a killer, right? But we've seen the brawls, the wars that he's been in. Do you have to have your mindset a little bit different, knowing like we might be in for something,
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And this camp was one of the hardest camps for me because of that. I know what he brings to the table. I know how he trains. And, man, it's nothing easy. It's nothing easy. And then people are saying, oh, he's 40 now. He's older. He's this. But, man, if you go in a fight with Matt Brown thinking like that, he will slice you up like, with the elbows, knees. Like, the guy like that is always dangerous. So it doesn't matter how old he is. It doesn't matter. If he gets in that cage, if you're not ready to get hurt and you're on alert at all times, you're going to get hurt. So I have that mentality, man. I'm ready for anything, and it's going to be a banger. I know it.
I know you're focused on your fight, but did you pull away and watch The Ultimate Fighter last night?
Absolutely, man. That's my student, man. That kid's been with me for 8 years, man. It was just amazing to see, It's just something that I always knew, I wasn't surprised. And, now that after he had his son, man, something just clicked. And I was like, there you go. That's how you need to be. And when that guy's like that, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be trouble.
I was going to say, I mean, I know he's your student, but do you take some inspiration, like seeing the performance he turned in?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Just to see how he dominated and, just to see how focused he is, man. We're really close with that. And it's just amazing to see, man. Motivation, motivate him even more.
Awesome. Last thing for me, I think on paper, we're kind of looking at this as it's going to be a war. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be entertaining. What kind of fight do you think we see on Saturday?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just going to be a war. I'm ready for everything. I'm always looking for finish. So if I land something, I'm going to look for the finish. If I can get a takedown, go to the ground, I might feel my jiu-jitsu's better. And, but I'm ready for a banger, man. You know what I bring to the table, and it's not going to be any different in this one.
Dhiego, you said be like Jesus every day. How'd you come to that perspective?
I accepted him. It's just a choice. You accept Jesus or you don't. That's why if this whole world accept Jesus, it would be a perfect world. But it's not. You have your choice. We're human, we're flesh, and a lot of people don't. And, if you get an opportunity, do it. Accept it. But, and then it goes down to Christianity and all that. Oh, why does Christians do this, do that? And, I accept it, man. I called myself a Christian before. But I used to go out drinking. I used to go doing drugs. I was bad. I used to do everything bad. But when I really accepted, I changed. And when you really accept Jesus, you change. If there's no change, it's not real. And, I accepted and I changed. Like if you see me 4 years ago, you'd be like, who is this guy? But now I'm a changed person, and it's everywhere in my life, everywhere, everything I do. And I just accepted, man. That's really it. I accepted it, and to be like him every day of my life.
Your student on The Ultimate Fighter, you said after he had his kid that it clicked for him. Mm-hmm. When did it click for you?
For me, man, I'm still working on that. It's still clicking. It clicks sometimes, and that last fight there was still a blank, and you just never know, man. I guess I just feel like I'm still growing. I'm hitting my prime. Like I feel like I'm in my prime, but I haven't showed anything yet. Really, man, I haven't showed anything yet, and I'm excited, I've just got to keep on growing, keep on going, It clicked, of course, mentally, physically. I feel like it's been clicked for a while, maturity. But, that click, it hasn't yet. And you guys will see when it does,
Awesome, thanks.
Thank you.
Hello, Dhiego.
Hey.
What's the most difficult part about this fight? How do you study math for this match?
Mm-hmm. Most difficult part of every fight is a camp, The fight is just, until you get in there, you don't know what's going to happen. So you can prepare all you want, but the hardest is the camp, just training, man. Getting up every day, got to go train. Even when you're hurt, even when you're tired, you still got to go train. So training camp is the hardest, man. This is the fun part, man. This is the blessing that follows, So the fight time and all that, that's exciting, man. Once you get in there, if he does something different, I got to do something different. So you never can prepare. You never prepared for a fight. You are, but until you get in there, you don't know what's going to happen. And in this game, man, game of inches, anything can happen in this game. So I'm just ready. The hardest part is done. It's the camp.
I see you very happy about today and the fight. What's next for you, no matter what happens this Saturday?
No matter what happens, just keep chasing my dream, man. Be a UFC champion. That I just fought a ranked guy. He's in the top 10 now, and Maya, I think, got left the rankings. So, there's a lot of changes going on, a lot of welterweights coming up, Kevin Lee coming up. So there's a lot of mix-up, and, and with a guy like Matt Brown under my name as a win, that puts me right there, close to that top 15 and then top 10, top 5 championship. That's the main goal, man. When I don't have that goal anymore, I'll retire. So that's the main goal for me, and I'm going to keep chasing it.
Are you following the Brazilian team in the American Cup?
Yes, Copa America, of course. Yeah, following that. Been good. Brazil's going to take it again.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Thank you.
Thank you.